Has been 453 days since now 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his home in Hendersonville. His disappearance sparked national headlines, but now his father says the case is losing momentum. With National Missing Children's Day coming up on Sunday, he is raising his voice and demanding urgency. News 2's Caitlin.
I went and talked to neighbors, and every single one of them, every single one, welcomed me. And if they had video surveillance, they gave it to me. The only person that would not talk to me, as the only person that had something to hide and wouldn't talk to me. You know, she has a son that's hiding and waiting for somebody in the dark, late night on the 25th. And there needs to be some explaining for that. I'll just leave it at that.
That we are going to keep searching, we are going to keep looking, we are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said
no evidentiary value?
It is of no evidentiary value. It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
Because the investigation remains ongoing.
I'm working on behalf of Sebastian. I am not, my client is Sebastian, and they're the guardians that have the ability to sign.
It just started. Hi, Dad. I know this has been a family, but tomorrow's picture day. So could you send some decent clothes over to me so that I can wear the decent clothes and be handsome for my baby for you with decent clothes? Mom.
Because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to those that are celebrating it. 1 second here. Let me know how I sound in chat. I didn't get a chance to set up my new mic. I've got it, but I had to put a battery in my car, and it took a lot longer than expected. So, anyways, but yeah, I'll hopefully have that set up on my next live. Anyway, let me just close that out. But yeah, good to see everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Let's see. Okay. So today's live, got a couple of things. At Night posted something on the 25th. It's kind of funny. It's like after I go live or something, they post something interesting. But they posted that they allegedly confirmed Crispy's alibi, which is interesting. So I thought we'd touch on that. It's kind of a subject that we really haven't dived into very much on this channel. I do have a leaked phone call from the PI Heather. It's with his Crispy's alleged, he says kind of like his boss, but he's like a supervisor. And anyway, he also kind of talks about claiming that Crispy was there and couldn't have made it to Hendersonville to get rid of Sebastian Rogers. So we'll go over a little bit of the timeline. We'll go over that as well, the leaked phone call. I'm sure some of you guys have heard it. I think it was first played on Clutch Them Pearls, Justin, back in March of this year. I can't remember if he played the whole thing or not. It was recently played on another channel, and I don't think they played the whole thing. But I do have the whole phone call. It's only about 6 minutes. Yeah, everybody's got new names, a bunch of numbers. I wonder when they're going to fix that. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Oh, thank you, Sassy. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family. Crazy Bird thinks Crispy was there. I'm 50-50 on it, and I'll kind of explain why. In one scenario, I kind of it wouldn't be a bad thing if he wasn't there. I still obviously think everything went down. I definitely think allegedly KK was the main party responsible, and I do think she had help with Carly. I personally think they were the main parties responsible. And I definitely think Crispy knew. I'm sure this was completely allegedly premeditated between Crispy and KK. Definitely think that for sure. But there could be a scenario where maybe he just helped premeditate and then show up later and then, and then was kind of like the spokesperson and then tried to kind of clean it up and then turned it into an absolute joke and a mess later on. But that could be beneficial. And I'll explain a scenario where that could be here in a bit. But real quick, I was able to grab it. So in honor of Bo in our chat, I'm sorry I didn't get to read the whole email because I literally just snagged it before as I was going live. I think he has 2 German Shepherds, or they have 2 German Shepherds. I'm sorry. And one of them recently passed. I saw the names Quincy and Ollie. I can't remember which one passed, but they're here in the picture, and that was sent to me today. I'm so sorry for your loss. God, such beautiful animals. German Shepherd is something I've always wanted. If I was ever to get a home, that would be a German Shepherd and maybe a Husky. Some just such a beautiful animals. But I will definitely when I get time in about a week or so get those Quincy the first show. Okay, yeah, I'm so sorry, Bo. Beautiful. That's such a shame, especially around this time of year. Okay, let me get.
It has been 453 days since now 16.
Let me get this ready. One second. Didn't I add this in? Oh, yeah. Here we go. I just wanted to quickly promote this before we get started, though. Oh, you're welcome, Bo. I know how animals are to us. Yeah. Anyway, oh wow. Daughter has a German Shepherd, and we have a Husky and Alaskan Malamute mix. Wow. Yeah. Just some beautiful, beautiful animals. Okay, real quick before we get into all that other stuff, and I do have some exciting potential news, and I'll explain here in just a second. I'll go over this, and then I'll explain something. I have to be very discreet, very vague, but it could be huge. But I'll mention that here in just a second. But I just want to give a shout out to Voices of Truth. We did this during the last live, but I think this is so amazing what they're doing for Sebastian's birthday, December 7th. It's going to be on a Sunday. This is in Clarksville. This is Culver's. And they're offering free malts, which obviously is something Sebastian loved. This is going to be his 17th birthday. And it's just amazing that they put this together, the sponsorship, truly amazing. Hindsight and others were a part of this, putting this together, and it's so amazing. And just to look at the other side, look at, and I meant to get the other photo, but just think, we just had the Pig Fest in October, where we have Danny Guy's Construction, you have Cluminati, you got basically the Stink Feet, with this big reach and pull, where they get these big sponsorships for something like this Pig Fest, and yet here we are on coming up on Sebastian's birthday, and nothing. Where's their they clearly have pull, but yet they're, if they can do this, why aren't we seeing something like this? There should be nothing to them getting different sponsorships for his birthday and his anniversary, for people to go and learn about the case and share flyers and stuff like that. I think this is amazing. I think the more that we these people like Hindsight and the people responsible, others could do this, and I think this will just even show more about how complete strangers are showing their support. Where you've got Kate, where's Katie? Where's the mother? Where's the Stink Feet family with their poll? What are they doing, right? So I think that's so amazing. Anyway, Teresa says, right. Exactly. Yeah, they definitely do. You know, it's pretty eye opening. Sorry, I'm just reading chat. Okay. Anyway, so yeah. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, another thing. So today, on Thanksgiving, 90 days ago, a certain piece of dirt that you see right here striked my channel twice and threatened to take my channel down. That was literally 90 days ago. And it's one of the most, again, striking channels is, to me, is like, you don't strike channels. It's and the way he did it, it's absolutely disgusting. So anyway, after 90 days, your strikes go away as long as you don't get like 3 strikes. So right now, my channel is cleared. Don't have this mess. So I cannot wait for one of these lives where we get to just tear into him, and probably more on social media, because you got to be a lowlife to do something like that, to strike somebody's channel, all because he doesn't like me exposing him. So I just wanted to put that out there. Before we get to the timeline, one last thing, and I have to be super vague, but there's a chance that I could get my hands on something that, in my opinion, could be super huge. And again, I have to, for now, be, like I said, vague. Out of a 1 out of a 10, 10 being breaking this case wide open, I think this could be somewhere between a 7 or 8, if I believe what I think is on it. And I'll just leave it at that. I can't explain what it is, but when the time is right, you guys know me. If I can speak on it and I get my hands on it, it could just, it could be huge. No joke. So yeah, we'll leave that there. Keep your fingers crossed, and maybe in a week or so, or sooner, I don't know. Some things could happen, but oh my gosh, it's a good day. I'll say that. Learning about something that does exist, it's a good day. And I know it's super vague, but when the time is right, we'll explain it. So, all right, let's get into the timeline. Tammy says, "Oh, you got German chat. Oh, that needs a new family. Oh, Man, if I had a home, oh my gosh, I would take it in a heartbeat. Oh my gosh. I'm sure somebody will be glad to take such a beautiful creature like that home. Yes, thank you, Teresa. I think it will. I really do. Just got to be very, um, yeah. Uh, Denise, if you can, just be careful with the full caps. It's, you know, but yeah, we'll see. Um, I certainly think it's not impossible that he had a hand in it, but um, let's go over what allegedly is out there, and then kind of give our opinions on it. There's some interesting stuff. Let me quickly jump forward real quick as more people tune in. Let me just skip forward real quick because I wanted to talk about this. I was gonna save it for the end, but so my last live, as you guys know, been combing over footage and came across some very interesting things going on at the cemetery on the night he went missing. Very odd lights going on. Kind of starts out with this weird light that kind of kicks on. I'm not sure if it's a flashlight because it doesn't really move, but it's there for about maybe 3 minutes. Shortly after that starts to die down, we have this car, and this is at 3. This light thing starts, I think, about 3:45. I don't have my timestamps in front of me right now because focused on the other thing, but definitely at least one, maybe 2 cars are moving around, and this all happens in about 3:45 ish. What time does this end? So about everything happens in about a 6-minute time frame, maybe 6-7 minute time frame. Very interesting. Yeah, it could be a headlamp. Yeah. And again, this is literally if there was an abduction or something happening at like somewhere between 3 and 3:30, could there have been a meeting at this cemetery shortly after? And yeah, so the other thing I want to mention is I told you guys that I plan on sending this over to TBI, FBI, all the agencies, and that'll likely be tomorrow. What I want to do before I send it, first I need to kind of like trim it down to where it's just kind of got the main things going on. But I want to look at the night before and the night after just to see if there's any movement. Is this normal activity for this time of night? Basically, is what I'm trying to get to. And so far, I've seen a little bit of footage from the other night, and there's nothing going on. Again, it's a very small cemetery, and that is super strange that we have. Sorry, guys. I'll just play this part. Where we have a car, possibly 1 or 2. I'm not sure if it's just circling around or there's 2 cars meeting at the cemetery, but definitely vehicles at the cemetery. Could it be nefarious? Definitely. Could it be somebody getting turned around? Possibly, but the fact that you have this light that kicked on before all that happened is really weird. Like it was like somebody burying, it could be somebody burying something and then somebody getting picked up, so many different scenarios. So, yeah, super, super odd. And I haven't had a chance to run this through AI to maybe get a temperature reading on, because the AI is pretty good at kind of figuring out if it's an LED light or, it basically can read the temperature of the light source and then kind of give you an idea of what the object or subject could be. So that's on my list as well. So anyway, very interesting stuff. If you missed it, we went over this more in depth during my last live. So if you want to check that out, it's there.
School night.
All right. So with that, as we go on, some people sent me, some Venmos and some PayPals. I'll try to shout you out as we go here. And if you did and you're in the chat, thank you so much. I'll try to pull those up as we play this. So I'm just going to go over just the basic timeline. And part of it's, either Katie or Crispy talking with visuals. And then we're going to get to that leak phone call in about, it's about 5-6 minutes from now. And then kind of share some other things that you may not know about this phone call and about who was the guy that Heather was speaking to, and connections there. And so, all right. Oops. Oh my God, Boca. That's funny, but it's not. But yeah. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. Again, it's all a team effort. I got so many people, behind the scenes wanting to help me out, drive over there, and yeah. Okay.
Was a school night. Because the plan was to go.
Okay, so these are just a couple of clips, like I just said, with Katie or Chris talking about the timeline with visuals. Again, this is very just generic, not super detailed till we get to Crispy.
Because there was a bowling tournament going on.
Yeah.
They didn't get to bowl. They had to play video games.
There was too long of a wait list and it was a school night, so I promised to take him bowling another day, and instead we played video games.
But the school night, it was Sunday night, weekend night going into the school. We don't, no, it is not. It's considered a weekend. Don't take away.
He had to go to bed to get up for school the next day.
Okay, that's still not school night.
Semantics.
Semantics is a large play in this deal.
It means a night that you have to go to bed to get up for school.
I wonder how much that had been going on ever since whatever happened to Sebastian behind closed doors, right? Them trying to get their story straight, literally verbatim, right?
And doing something, you can say that. If she puts some shit out there like that, everybody's going to think, oh, well, it was a school night. So was it Sunday?
Sunday night.
But I'm telling you how these dumbasses think. I'm explaining to you. It's all it fucking takes.
All right. So after BJ's went home to unload groceries, then went to Strike and Spare. You played in the arcade for a while because...
All that's been vetted by video?
Yeah.
They watched our every move the whole time we were there.
So if you're just wondering, that's his home. That's their home. 1008 Stafford, and then down New Shackle. This is I'm 90% sure this is the Strike and Spare they went to, and the Texas Roadhouse is just right here where you see kind of Bojangles, so you can see. So that's where they're at there.
Nobody spoke to Sebastian as far as any adult.
One thing I'll say, and again, I still have to be very kind of vague until, certain things come out. Again, in my opinion, I wish At Night would just release the video if they got it. I don't see what, in my opinion, it does to just hold on to it. That's just my opinion. But allegedly, out of sus kind of, verbatim, or not verbatim, but paraphrasing, I should say, as it sounded like, Katie and Chris make it sound, or Katie especially, makes it sound like, oh, he had this wonderful time, but apparently, other people have seen the footage and say that it's kind of the opposite, and he was overstimulated.
You can't see anywhere in the videos that they were followed. That is something that you're going to speculate on. It has been eliminated.
Yeah, I did talk to them about that, and they said that the cameras were shit. That they weren't really able to see a whole lot of anything at the Strike and Spare.
Okay. Strike and Spare's kind of getting up there in age.
But they went all the way back to BJ's, all at Fun Jazz.
But we went straight from
So then, of course, they went to Texas Roadhouse, where we've had a lot of amazing people study this footage, and there could definitely be some potential other players possibly involved in his disappearance. Not just the green hoodie. And people are looking into that, and the things that they have found, it's pretty wild.
And they confirmed again the video there. They even showed Seth the clip of it after his little "I haven't seen proof of life" comment, even though he had.
Yeah.
Which did he tell you about that?
About what?
That his little comment, he hadn't seen proof of life since Friday or
Insinuating
Thursday or Friday when I last saw or heard from my son.
Yeah, I'd heard about that comment. I mean, he hasn't said it to me, but I had heard about the comment.
But see, this is where, truth be told, this is where everything needs to come out.
He already knew that there was proof of life.
He knew there was proof of life prior to that. He started some shit. It caused a fucking stir. It caused a meeting. They showed him a video, Texas Roadhouse. They showed when they walked out of Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
He has seen a video of Sebastian at the fucking house Sunday night, taking the fucking trash out.
Right.
From inside my car?
Yeah. So, okay, so you guys got...
Do you see the frustration where we have with your client?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, your client is just trying to confirm that he's alive when you guys are saying he's alive, and he's just concerned for his son, who, just went missing under very, very suspicious circumstances, and he's got questions, and he's dumb. Ugh. I know we've listened to this, and again, I'm just cutting this up to kind of get us to the night, and then we're going to get over to Crispy here in just a minute, but my goodness. Quickly, I just want to say, Njaz, thank you so much for the PayPal. I think she sent that to me yesterday. But yeah, I'll shout some more people out as we go.
I do. But it's nice to have a conversation with you instead of having to get everything, everywhere else. Definitely.
And we went home straight from Texas Roadhouse. And we were home for approximately 15 minutes before he took the trash out. And he is on video.
And of course, we have, this, them leaving, the interaction with Green Hoodie, and then what appears to be Katie putting in earbuds in both her ears, which is very odd. I believe that she likely was handed a burner phone.
He has seen a video of Sebastian at the fucking house Sunday night, taking the fucking trash out.
Right.
From inside my car?
Yeah. So, okay, so you guys got...
Do you see the frustration where we have with your client?
Yeah, I do. But it's nice to have a conversation with you instead of having to get everything, everywhere else. Yeah. Definitely.
And we went home straight from Texas Roadhouse. And we were home for approximately 15 minutes before he took the trash out. And he is on video, and the FBI was able to clear it up and confirm that it's him. Even though you can tell it's him from a mile away because of how he runs, it's just, you can tell from his manner.
In my opinion, if they were able to clear it up and it was him for sure, I don't see why they wouldn't have released that. In my opinion. I mean, not saying they obligated to, but I don't know. I think it's interesting. We've never seen that. I think that shows that they're not confident that it was Sebastian taking the trash out. Sensei, good to see you. And thank you to all my mods. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. And, of course, everybody coming in here. listening to You Know Who has the same effect as a laxative. Oh, that's funny. She's happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hit that like button for Mob Crew Ham. Thank you, Sensei. That's funny. Yeah, he does have that effect.
You look at it, it's him running, but still.
So he took the trash about 15 minutes. And that was about what time was that?
Don't know exactly off the top of our head.
Well, I know you told him to go to bed at about 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how much time was between the trash and going to bed?
A couple hours.
Okay. Okay. And then you guys were on the phone from about 9 to 12?
Sure.
Was that FaceTime or just a phone conversation?
It doesn't matter. We were on the phone.
Okay.
Those details don't have any bearing in this. It's just
yeah.
And I think that's obviously one of the many, many red flags of like, the way he answered these questions. A timeline in a case like this obviously is very important to get the details right. And then when you act like this, no wonder people are suspicious. Let's see. Yeah. Good to see you, Kiki. And thank you, Kitty. I think this was a couple of days ago, but thank you for the PayPal as well to you. God bless, and thank you for the support. So again, this is just a screenshot of that surveillance. This would be, kind of what you would have seen. The trash can is right here. I mean, it'd be curious to know if these these garage lights were on when the individual went to walk out the trash can. It would be very interesting if they were off. It would not surprise me. But I think even on, it would still, again, you wouldn't be able to make out much.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we're about to get to the leak call here. So now we're kind of switching over to the phone call. We're not going to dive too much into the phone call itself. Then we'll get over to Chris here. So we got like 2-3 minutes, and then we'll get to the leak phone call. Yeah, and I think that's what he was there for. Again, if you want to put in a scenario, I know a lot of people think that he was there, and it's certainly plausible. Although it seems like, there's a good argument to say that he was in Memphis during those times, so it is tough. But I do think no matter what, whether he was there or not, I think he knew what was going to happen to Sebastian, allegedly. And I think if he wasn't there when he came back, his job was to obviously be the mouthpiece, and he'd do all the talking. That way, any kind of timeline or anything that he gets wrong, he can just kind of, plead the fifth, or not plead the fifth, but, he wasn't there, so he can, there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't find it. So anyway, here's Nancy asking about, where was Crispy? Plausible deniability. That's what I was looking for.
That night, Miss Proudfoot, at midnight when you went to bed, what did you do until midnight?
I had been reading a chapter that I needed to, and I had been talking to my husband on the phone. I was falling asleep on him, so that's when he told me it was around midnight. He told me to go ahead and put the dogs up and go to bed, and that's what I did. I got up, put the dogs where they sleep, and then I myself went to bed.
Where's the same bedroom?
He wasn't actually in the home at all that weekend.
You were not home?
No,
okay,
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep.
Yeah, such a weird time frame.
Was made, whether it was a FaceTime, a Zoom call,
The only
whether it was just a
reason,
voice chat.
yeah, the only reason that I am curious about that is just to whether it was possible that he had heard any of that conversation.
No.
So that's Heather, asking about the phone call. They basically say it's a 3-hour phone call, but I think it started at 9:43 and then lasted till around midnight. I don't know if we know the exact time it ended, but Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he was quoted as saying like 9:42, 9:43. So really it's kind of like a 2.5 hour phone call. But obviously, I guess he could lie about that, but that's such an interesting time to just say like 9:43 or something like that. It seems like he definitely looked up the data or was told the data during the investigation.
Again, our conversations are not where children can hear them.
Well, it's not like there was anything said that was like
would have upset him.
Yeah, no, it's not like we were arguing or anything. We spend time on the phone daily because we live separately the majority of the time when he's on travel, so we talk.
Yeah, okay. So there's...
No, I don't disagree, Crazy Bird. But I think the other question would be, would Carly jeopardize his own freedom for Katie? I think in my opinion, would be just as good of a question that you're saying there. I do think you have a great point, but think about Katie, because remember, they allegedly had, some kind of relationship. And remember, Crispy's gone, and somebody needed to kind of fill those shoes. So I think the question would be, would he jeopardize it for Katie? So.
It's about 9 o'clock. You told him to go to bed. You were on the phone from about 9 to 12. It was about 11.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
The noise from his bedroom.
No.
No?
Yeah, it is. So here is where St. Jude's Project where he worked. So we
he wasn't actually in the home.
Okay, right after this, I think it's like a 1-minute clip, and then we get to the leaked call with Heather and Jeff, the alleged supervisor for Crispy.
All that weekend.
You were not home.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
ma'am.
So where were you, Mr. Proudfoot?
I was in Memphis, Tennessee.
How far away is that?
3 hours and 37 minutes from doorstep to doorstep.
Sorry, some of these
And what were you doing in Memphis?
didn't mean to
Working.
repeat. Okay.
And everything in here is allegedly, in my opinion. So
there's our man Silvers, which I'll play a little bit of his at the end, because there's some interesting stuff that he, discovered. He allegedly talked to somebody. But so now we're gonna play the phone call with Heather and this guy named Jeff. And while that's playing, thanks to some people in here, I've got some screenshots from like Facebook about this guy and some possible connections. And I think hindsight may be able to kind of fill in some details if she can. I think BMW is in here as well. So
I was told information. I'm about to share it. I think it's big. I think it's huge. I was told information by a co-worker of Christopher Proudfoot's. So I'm taking that information.
Yeah, I agree, Kiki. It's weird. Okay, so here's the phone call. Again, originally came out on Clutch Them Pearls, Justin, in March of this year. I believe he played the phone call. while it's playing again, like I said, I've got stuff that you'll see of the guy that's speaking. Yes, Green Hoodie did wave at Sebastian. That's for sure. Sorry, I have this.
Right? That's right.
Oh.
That's
you.
Okay, and of course, a little warning, this guy's got a mouth on him as well.
Hello.
Hey, Jeff. Hi, my name is Heather.
And I just want to say right now, no way am I saying this guy has anything to do with Sebastian Rogers' disappearance. I mean, he's just somebody, obviously, that's, a potential witness / alibi for Crispy.
Cohen. I'm a licensed private investigator, and I just got your number from one of the guys on the job site. Said I needed to call you.
what?
Sorry?
About what?
Oh, I'm getting to that. Give me a second. I am trying to, I just want to get the logs of when Chris Proudfoot checked in and checked out of the job site on February 26th.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. On Sunday, right? That Sunday, I was able to put his fucking skirts on his trailer. I left on my holiday at 8 o'clock at night. I got back at 11:30 to the bar. He was still there.
So he said he left at 8 o'clock at night. 8 p.m., right? I meant to snag these little details. I'm sorry. So he's saying Crispy's putting a skirt on the RV. And I'm not like an RV motorhome guy, so if I say something wrong, like the details about those, please correct me.
The job site on.
So I'm going to pause it here. So on the right, so you'll see some. I think these came from Facebook posts. Morrow, right here. That is the company name that did this construction here. The crane operator. That is the company. And you can see here. This is kind of their little post here, and you do see, I think, Jeff, if I correct, some people comment in this, and it'll scroll up as we're listening to this.
February 26th.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something. On Sunday, right? That Sunday, I was able to put his fucking skirts on his trailer. I left on my holiday at 8 o'clock at night. I got back at 11:30 to the bar. He was still there at midnight. He was at the fucking job site at 5:15 in the morning. There's no way he drove to Nashville, murdered a kid, fucking buried the motherfucker, came back and was on the site by 5:15.
Yeah, that's
it's
not
total bullshit.
That's not what I was going to say. I'm just covering my bases and trying to clear and just doing my job.
The internet is on some fuck shit, man.
Yeah, okay.
That man didn't leave the fucking Memphis that weekend. And I'm his boss.
Yeah. I didn't.
And notice he said, I'm his boss, but there is somebody speaking behind the scenes. Allegedly, he's just a supervisor and not actually his. From what I understand, I don't know 100%. Allegedly, this isn't like his actual boss. He's just a supervisor. So maybe like a temporary, overhead, per se. But allegedly, it sounds like he said he saw him. He mentions 8, 11:30, bar, midnight, and then he allegedly sees him there at 5:15 a.m., which when we go over to Silver's, he did say, that is an odd time for him to arrive. It's very early, like because this is February, the light, so kind of odd times.
I didn't think he did. I just had to do my job to make sure that
I'm just making it clear. It's very hard for me to stay out of it on the internet because of all the syndics.
Yeah.
And my other operators' inboxes are flooded. Random phone calls from private investigators.
I bet.
Just know that man did not leave Memphis.
Okay.
And I'm not his fucking friend. I'm just his fucking boss. But I got to tell you something. The man Did not leave Memphis.
Well, that is great to know, and I'm so glad.
We have him on camera.
Yeah.
At St. Jude, we have 5 death cameras that record year round.
Yeah.
But they don't log over every 24 hours. We can go back a year we can go back 5 years if we really want to.
Wow.
That is they have amazing cameras at St. Jude. We can zoom in and everything else. They have them time record. The FBI has been here twice.
So I will say that is interesting. And again, some people think that maybe, that maybe he was paid to say this, or they're they're behind the scenes. He's friends with Crispy. So I'll just read this if you haven't heard it. So At Night posted this on the 25th. They said they independently confirmed through an eyewitness who works with him that the stepfather, Crispy, was in Memphis during the relevant time frame surrounding Sebastian's disappearance. I know that doesn't make a lot of people happy. Again, it's still, we don't know 100%. This confirmation does not close the case, obviously not. But it is an important claim that was an important, they worded that weird. It was an important claim we know is fact. It has been integrated into At Night's working timeline and shared as appropriate with relevant partners and authorities. Our focus remains on assembling a complete and accurate picture of movements, opportunities, anomalies in the days leading up to February 25th. Then they start talking about vehicles, which obviously has been kind of my focus. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. I know that's definitely not gonna. Yeah, I would say, yeah. Where's the footage? Right. I agree, April. But again, we'll talk about a scenario where there could be again, we don't want to get tunnel vision, but there could be a scenario where, again, I'm sure he allegedly knew before. Let's say if he wasn't there, knew before, and of course tried to help clean up after. So obviously he's still, involved, but maybe just wasn't there on the night that things happened until he got there that morning. But we'll speak on that later. But there could be something that could be, in my opinion, a scenario that could be beneficial for a plausible outcome. All right, back to the phone call.
Okay.
The FBI came here and followed our time log and tracked our cameras and could put Chris's whereabouts. So that's why Chris was never fucking... Yeah. Because they knew that Chris was here.
Yeah.
Via cameras at where we live.
Yeah.
And then cameras at St. Jude.
Yeah.
But beyond that, he has taken a polygraph for the police last week.
Yeah.
FYI.
I know. Okay, so just...
Now, that's interesting because we know how much Crispy has lied about those polygraphs. So that's interesting he mentioned that. Just reading chat here. The people a little bit kind of all over the place. And I don't blame people because, obviously Crispy, he is in my opinion, a terrible person.
Just so you know, I know you guys are just fed.
It aggravates the shit out of me with all the shit they're talking about Christmas family running through the mud.
Yeah, I get it. But I have to look at every angle, and that was something I needed to do in order to, eliminate. But
I'm a terrible witness and his boss, and I'm telling you right now, the man did not leave Memphis. He's my crane operator. We have him on camera, on site. We have RFID tags. He's badged in and out of the job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why he was never followed. That's why the FBI cleared him the police cleared.
Yeah.
He was not there.
Yeah.
Now, I can't claim for anybody else. I don't know his fucking wife. I don't know the rest of the other people.
Yeah.
But I can tell you one thing, that Chris didn't do anything.
Yeah.
For sure, no doubt in my mind, because if he did, he wouldn't have been back out here. We sent him home because of all this shit.
Yeah.
For 4 or 5 weeks.
Let me pause it here. Was it Amy? Yeah, so I was on the phone call putting the skirt on. Now, keep in mind, there's Bluetooth, right? So, he could be speaking with KK and, just have a Bluetooth. So it's certainly possible. I don't think that's not a bad thing to bring up for sure. You would got to look at all different angles. But I still think it's possible that he had like kind of Bluetooth headsets. But in my opinion, I think he was still definitely they're still talking about what's going on if he didn't make it back to Henderson. I still think that phone call is important, whatever was said, in my opinion. I know some people think that maybe he left his phone there, like left the phone call on and let it just go, and that whole 3-hour phone call is really kind of like a red herring, right? And that he really did make it back, helped move Sebastian or whatever, and then made it back to Memphis. Again, still everything is on the table, but there is a little bit to this, depending on if this guy is, telling the truth. I think the other thing, if what he's saying about the footage, that would be huge, right? That would definitely, because obviously there's no bias in camera footage, right? So that would be interesting if that was the truth. And I'm sure they probably do have really good surveillance, especially with equipment like that.
I was fucking wrong. He was home. Well, for one, because two was missing. Two, we didn't need all extra media attention on St. Jude.
Right.
So this is a big deal for us, and it's a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. And now we're bringing media attention, social media attention to St. Jude, Morrow Crane, and all this and our company.
Yeah.
And it's not good. And it's affecting me. I'm actually looking for a place for Chris to go and not to get a fresh start where no one knows where he is.
Yeah.
Because of all the shit. We've had video YouTubers on their fucking job sites.
I hate those motherfuckers.
I mean,
those damn YouTubers, man. It's funny though, is really the label YouTuber. I mean, everybody's just kind of like, a different version of a version. I don't know. That's the right word, but everybody's kind of a sleuth. It's no really difference from a PI, right? We're still kind of doing the same thing. Some more just behind the scenes, some more, or so it's the same thing. So to put a label YouTubers, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't, I hate that stupid label. Look at the name over here, Crispy Bacon. I love it. I love this guy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna random phone calls.
Don't feel bad. Like, as the PI on the case, I'm getting ripped to fucking shreds too. So we're all having fun with this, getting fucking attacked from Randall.
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Beyond ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, he asked me. Sebastian was on Reddit. He probably fucking talked to some people, and then he walked out of that fucking house and somebody picked that kid up. They put him back with the dogs a mile from the fucking house.
Yeah.
The day after. Left the battle dogs on his ass. So that was the FBI's dogs.
Yeah.
Well, who knows if he's on Reddit? Who knows where the fuck he was? I told Chris, I said, you need to look to find a Reddit account. Because when my kid ran away, or he found a fucking Reddit, they were like, your dad, Brown is you, he's terrible. You should run away, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what my kid did? The same shit. I wasn't gone for 60 fucking days.
Sorry, I was kind of reading chat. I've only heard this. I mean, I've heard this once before. But this last part I haven't really paid attention to. There's this guy here, and I think this will kind of fall into with Silvers, but there's this guy Thomas, and I don't know, hindsight maybe can give me any kind of details about this. I requested him to be removed from the crane by 10 or 11. He was replaced, and he stormed off the job site. We work at 7 a.m. By 10 or 11. Now this would have been Monday morning. By 10 or 11, he was replaced and stormed off the job site. That's interesting choice of words. Stormed off. Because that does line up with what Silvers had kind of uncovered about him being relieved because he wasn't. Well, I'll play Silvers, but that is interesting. And again, the fact that he allegedly arrived at 5:15 a.m. is interesting. Everybody says FBI doesn't go twice unless they think something is wrong with the story. I agree, and I don't. I could see it. There could be maybe they first went there to get the official statements, witness statements, and maybe they came back because maybe there was footage that they were able to get for the FBI. There could be multiple reasons, but I don't disagree. For sure.
But I can tell you, there's a whole sea of little crybaby motherfuckers that if you punish your fucking kid or you discipline them and you're a parent, you're the worst person in the fucking world. They could be read. There's so many online forms.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. And that was my kid. Now, if that knows about Reddit, they don't know the accounts.
Yeah.
I mean, they look. But I gotta tell you, that is a whole ass thing.
Yeah.
And it would surprise me. Someone picked that fucking kid up.
Yeah. I just don't know.
That's interesting. He said that. I missed that. So he said he thinks that Sebastian was picked up. And again, clearly he's had conversations with Crispy before this interview. He even mentioned that, right? Yeah, just earlier in this phone call. Man, that's interesting. That is interesting. I wonder if that was fed to him by Crispy. Oh, Scranton String. Oh my God, I can't talk. Scranton Strangler. Good to see you. Love that name. I saw that Deception Detective was gonna play part of your. I don't know if it's podcast. The leaked call with Crispy. I hope he does. That's awesome. Yeah, I do apologize for interrupting. I know. I made usually these leak calls with the PI. I'm gonna probably just get them all put together at one point, in chronological order. All the leak calls with Heather. I think I've done part of that on my Patreon. Maybe I'll do that as well. And I usually will try to go in and fix the audio as well. This audio is not bad, and thank you to Hindsight for doing this.
Know how, because there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing on camera. There's like no ring cam footage.
And what I mean by that, just give me information about this this guy. Oh, there was something else I was going to say. Anyway, I was going to read this. So this is also by that Thomas guy. I'm working at St. Jude's. Crispy was operating the crane for us on February 26th, so that's obviously Monday. I had issues with his performance and attitude and demeanor all morning, so bad that I requested him to be removed. So, that is interesting. Again, why would he... Because think about this. I don't know. Maybe let me think about this.
Of any cars picking him up or anything. It's just
Then you walk out of the house and look to
yeah.
Where they tracked it with the dogs. I mean, he walked a mile from the house barefooted, and the dogs picked his scent up a mile from the house, and they're all shot. They don't just disappear a mile from the house.
Yeah. You're having to put up with so much bullshit. And I've never said anything negative about Chris or Katie. I know they don't like me, but I ain't never said nothing about them, so.
No, it's all good. I'm just keeping it real with you. I mean, the cadaver dogs traced that boy a mile from the house. Whether it was construction site or wherever the fuck it was, the house they were building, whatever. In my opinion, someone picked the kid up.
Yeah.
Someone.
That is interesting. Again, I've heard this only once, but I forgot he kind of goes into this scenario of him being picked up, and again with him having conversations with Crispy before this, man, I wonder how much is this his original thoughts, or is this, him speaking with Crispy before, and Crispy's talking about that, and now he's just kind of relaying that.
He's harboring that child.
Yeah.
So, it's still.
Now, Chris or Katie, I know they don't like me, but I ain't never said nothing about them, so.
No, it's all good. I'm just keeping it real with you. I mean, the cadaver dogs traced that boy a mile from the house. Whether it was construction site or wherever the fuck it was, the house they were building forever. In my opinion, someone picked the kid up.
Yeah.
Someone's harboring that child.
Yeah.
So, it's still really day. I know Chris pretty fucking well.
Yeah, yeah.
And he is not fucking murdered.
Yeah.
Trust me, he would leave his old lady before he did some dumb shit like that. And we've actually had that fucking discussion. And him leaving Katie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, where he was fucking unhappy and there's shit going on, and Chris, and he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave, dude. I'll start over again. I was like, fuck it, do you? That's your MO, ain't it?
Yeah.
Now, this is where I get into, this would be an interesting scenario to run, and I know this won't be popular with everybody, but again, not to get tunnel vision for one side or the other, but let's just say Crispy wasn't there, but I still think it was premeditated between them. Obviously, the whole reason is either Crispy or Sebastian, right? As an ultimatum, because obviously with the CPS reports, Crispy can't be around Sebastian, and Katie has Sebastian 90% of the time, so completely creates a wedge between their relationship. So something's got to give. And unfortunately, the schooling that Seth was trying to get Sebastian into, they're behind. So now they form a plan, allegedly, to, take action. So they both plan. Katie and in my opinion, Carly, the neighbor, were involved in the actual night that he went missing. And then Crispy came back from Memphis and then was the mouthpiece and, created the shitstorm and all that. But let's say if that scenario is true, so, he still was part of the premeditation and, maybe covering stuff afterwards, maybe getting rid of electronics or, deleting emails, who knows, whatever. In this scenario, we know how petty Crispy is, right? With his ex-wives, with Nina. He's gone through, 4 of them, 5 of them? So let's say in this scenario, there becomes tension between him and Katie in the very near future. What's to say, with how petty he is, he just says, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go to law enforcement. I'm going to try to get some kind of immunity or some kind of deal and just throw her under the bus and just blow the case wide open and take a deal in the process. And that wouldn't be a bad thing, in this hypothetical. Again, I hope to God he's alive somewhere and they find him. But in this hypothetical, we know how petty he is. And let me know in the chat if you agree. If this scenario, if he wasn't there, but he was still part of the premeditation and after whatever, but he could get, I don't know if immunity, but maybe a plea deal or something, and then just throw her under the bus. I think it's certainly plausible.
So, I can vouch for that man's whereabouts.
Yeah.
Curious how you got my phone number.
You know what? If I could tell you a name, I would, but he didn't tell me his name, and I didn't ask him.
It's not this fuck ass Thomas, but that's okay. He's a fuck boy too.
I really don't
You have a
know.
good day.
All right.
So there's that phone call. I know it's been played a few times, and originally came out on Justin. I'll play a little bit from Silvers. So I'm assuming somebody said that Silvers is the one that spoke to that Thomas guy that we were seeing some of the. I believe it's from Facebook, where he was saying that next day, Monday, when Crispy showed up, he was acting different. So we'll play just a little bit of that. Good to see you, Bullhorn Betty. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving to you and your family. And there was something else I saw in chat I wanted to pull up, but I can't. Anyway, let me. So Crispy was allegedly staying at this Yogi Bear campsite. Which is the one that I found is about 20 minutes away. And here's what it looks like. This is the thing, he's going to try to cover it up. He says, if he's protecting, he could get immunity even though it's after the fact and have accident covered up or possible rehoming of Sebastian. Yeah, I think depending on, again, in this hypothetical scenario that maybe he wasn't there, and it was like Katie and the neighbor Carly, yeah, he might, and again, it would be an interesting scenario, and especially
information, I'm sharing it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to share any names, okay? There's a couple of details. I'm not going to get too specific. I'll get specific.
Yeah, it would be interesting.
Specific enough you'll understand.
That
Just to
happened.
make sure, there's no blowback back to the person I spoke to.
I got to quickly use the bathroom, so I'm just going to go full screen. If you can, hit that like button. I turned down the ads, so hopefully you guys don't get as much. I'm just going to quickly use the bathroom, but I'm just going to play Silvers. So I believe he spoke to this Thomas guy. I don't know 100%. But yeah, I'm going to let this play and quickly use the restroom. And then if you came in late, I'll kind of mention something that I mentioned at the beginning of the show about potentially getting my hands on something that, in my opinion, could be huge. But anyway.
But here's the big thing. I'm going to take what I was told and then I'm going to put my spin on it, right? Someone says this and I'm going to tell you what I think about that. And I don't think I knew any of these things. I knew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this up here. And here we go. Diving in. Big. RV not at job site. So by coming by the job site for the first time and seeing it, my thoughts are you could not put, not just Chris, but anybody that worked there could not park their RV on that job site and just wake up and come right out and work. There's really not room for it. So talking to the person, I said, hey, could he have put his RV here? Oh, no, absolutely not. No one can. Okay, so there were a lot of comments. Oh, Chris was at the job site, his RV. It was not. Not only was it not at the job site, Chris's RV was not at the Memphis park that I was speaking to. Okay, it's about 8 miles from the job site. 6 miles from the location I was looking at when I was looking for a possible body bag. Great, straight shot into the RV. From the RV to the job site, so it would make sense. And there are people that work at the job site that are staying there. We discussed Yogi and Easy Days and all these other ones, but this one, he was not there. Furthermore, the one thing I didn't discover, one thing I did not learn is where he was the night Sebastian went missing. The thoughts were this, because I asked the question, the thoughts were more than likely Yogi. Okay, but we're not 100% sure on that. Okay, what's next? Shady. shady, not to trust. The words I was told were this. I believe he's a shady person and would not trust anything he says or does. Would not trust anything he says or does. That's really not revelation, because we've all heard him in his interviews where we see him, or where he calls into channels or podcasts, or ever how he's talking. You know, this is allegedly in my opinion, but at the same time, I don't know Chris Proudfoot. I've never met him. I've never spoken to him. All I have to go on are his own words and behaviors. And I've said this before. Go back, find some videos. His words and behaviors make him unlikable.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That's an understatement. Oh, why does it do this to me? Again, I'm not going to play all of his video. You can always check this out. This was pretty big and amazing that he went out and did this. But anyway, I believe, let me know in chat. I think somebody said this could have been that Thomas guy that he allegedly spoke to. I guess if I would have had time, I would have emailed him, asked him.
Make him suspect in this entire scenario.
So
what I'm saying is, if you got to be clear-headed, you got to be sharp and focused. And evidently Chris is. He wouldn't be doing this job. Let's give him credit. Myself and anyone who will listen, that the reason he didn't get home till 1:30 or 2, leaving the job site at 11, I don't know if he specifically said 11, but he probably did, was because no one was there to relieve him.
Now this is interesting.
BS. Allegedly, in my opinion, but hey, I've been told there were more than one relievers. There was at least one reliever and possibly 2 on the site that day. Come on, Chris. Let's move on.
That is interesting.
Arrived 6:30 a.m. Chris wants to make you believe 5:15. Why would he need to be at the jobs? Let's think.
Yeah, that is interesting. The 5:15 makes absolutely no sense. I will say the biggest argument to say that maybe they're all trying to cover each other's ass, and maybe he was there again to look at all angles. Yeah, the 5:15 is odd. Again, when they allegedly, we just saw a guy say that they start at 7 a.m. What the hell is he doing there at 5:15? Allegedly.
Think about this for a second. Why would a tower crane operator, when no daylight is up, it is dark, why would he need to be on the job site at 5:15? I think you've seen some other creators go out there and see that others may show up, inside workers, drywall workers, many different types of construction people at 5:15. What I was told is there would be no reason to be there before 6:30 a.m. And then you're going to start in your crane around 7.
Makes sense.
6:30 is when he's reporting his stepson missing. 4.5 hours later, he's relieved. Why tell us 5:15? Come on, Chris. Focus off. OFF. Unlike other days. I told you, I'm going to give Chris credit. I will give people credit whenever I can. Just think about them. You're here on the media. You're here. So let's take Chris's words. I was relieved when they got a reliever. That's why I had to work till 11. Okay? So you would think he's reported Sebastian missing. He gets off the phone at 6:30, turns to his supervisor if he's on the site there or on his way to site. When he gets to work, hey man, my stepson's missing. I need to get out of here as soon as I can. Now, I would leave right then. Hell, I would call him. I wouldn't even be on the job site. Soon, I would be headed towards Hendersonville while I'm on the phone with Katie and the law enforcement and the sheriff or whoever they called, right? And I'm on my way. I would have probably been there 3-hour drive. We know this. I've done it 5 or 6 times, 3-hour drive. I'd have been there at 9:30. I don't think Chris, out of his own words, got there till 1:30. 2 p.m.
Yeah.
He was working. So when they come to relieve him, and you would think he'd go, I'm so sorry. I know I'm off. I probably shouldn't have been working. My stepson has disappeared. We don't know where he is. He didn't, though. He didn't report Sebastian missing to his work.
Yeah, that is
what?
Weird. That is weird.
So let's think about this. Hang the phone up with Katie. Law enforcement's descending on her house. Boom, big searches. Everybody's out looking for Sebastian. Chris Proudfoot, allegedly, in my opinion, based on what I was told, gets off the phone and goes to work. And 4.5 hours later is still working. I'm just visualizing moving those levers and picking up that steel and that iron or whatever and lifting it up to where they can put it in. He's working, and his stepson is missing. His wife is all sorts about herself. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on?
I couldn't agree more with his assessment there. God, I love Silvers and what he's done. And of course, there's so many other people have been involved and done amazing work behind the scenes. But yeah, very, very odd. Be interesting. Let's see, how many votes do we got? Oh my God, we almost have 600 votes. Well, 550. 80% though, that stayed strong. 80% still think he was there that night. If they came out and said, yeah, he's on surveillance at this time and this time, and there's just no way there's a window that he could sneak out, then, we'd have to kind of go with that. Yeah, I almost wonder if I should redo this poll and see. I'm sure it'd probably be still pretty high. Maybe I'll end that one. Maybe do one more. So let's see, what time is it? Okay, we started at 6. Okay, we got a good time. I agree, Scranton. Yeah. Okay. Next thing. So I kind of wanted to put a possible scenario together with this new footage that I discovered. And see what you guys think here. Now again, I definitely, when it comes to Crispy, I would say 60-40, maybe even 70-30 that he was in Memphis. And I know that's probably not a popular opinion. I still definitely think he knew. I still think he's part of the mastermind of putting this together, without a doubt. Allegedly, in my opinion, of course. I just think he wasn't there for the actual event and then showed up after. That's just my opinion, of course. There's just so much with this Carly guy that is so suspicious. The fact that the only people to ever get this surveillance footage that I know, again, I don't know if TBI and FBI have it. I certainly hope they do. But it's so strange that the only person to ever get it was via fish sticks through clearly the stink feet, which to me is a huge, huge red flag. And I think shows that this guy allegedly has more involvement than that we may even know until this case actually breaks open. But and then just one thing here again, I think subject one, in my opinion, is Carly. Helping escort either Sebastian or if they're dropping off his clothes, he's there to help support KK in this scenario here. And then the other thing that kind of backs this up as well is at the very end, we have, the subject, which is likely KK, running back to the home. And just before this footage ends, we have that light that lights up. And to me, this would be right after the car would have already backed up back onto Kellen. And in my opinion, may have already left. And this is really just as KK is running back, this is him now shining the light, and basically now going to be walking back to his home there. All right, so why did Katie go to the school? And what is on the way to the school? Let's see, right here. Okay. So just playing a little bit from yesterday, and I just kind of want to throw out a scenario. Again, this is stuff that hopefully by tomorrow I'll get over to TBI and FBI and even Sumner County. But if you missed my last live, of course, I've been getting a bunch of footage, and I'm trying to look at all these different angles. And if you missed it, get to it here. We see this vehicle at 3:45, and there's only somewhere between 10 to 12 vehicles, and again, this is kind of rough, between 3 and 4 a.m. that go back and forth. 2 of those are, in my opinion, the silver sedan. The other one is the 303 vehicle that shows up that appears to be turning in, coming from the east, heading west, which I think is the vehicle that was responsible for either picking up Sebastian or dropping off his clothes. Then, in this hypothetical, after that event happens, we have this vehicle that is seen going east on Long Hollow, and then at 3:42 or 3:43, let's see. And I really gotta, tomorrow I'm gonna run this through the AI. I think it's 3:43. We have this, and if you don't know where we're looking, I'll show you here in a second. But notice this light, not this one, but notice this light here. And I promise you, I've looked through a few different hours of footage. This is the only time this light appears. And about 90% sure this is in the cemetery. It doesn't really move, but it just gets brighter. And it's like that for about, what do we say? Wait, hold on, let me go back. 3:43. 3:44. So about 2 to 3 minutes, and then it fades out. And then remember, there's that car at 3:45. So just before this event ends, there's this car on Long Hollow driving. 1 second here. Actually, I should probably pull up Google Earth. That might be easier. You know what? Let's do it. Hopefully it doesn't cause too much stir. All right, 25th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, just for anybody that missed yesterday's show, what we're looking at here is, so our surveillance camera is at this home. There's two of them. They're kind of, one's on each side, and they're kind of crisscrossing. The one we're looking at is this, this one here. And as you can see, we have the school here, annex. This is the athletics building. We have a little church, and we have a cemetery. Now, our angle that we're looking at is right here. This bright light under the light that comes on for a couple minutes, it almost appears like it's like a stadium light that's like on all night, that they have. And whatever's going on is in this area in the cemetery. And this is where it really gets strange. So I think this here is likely the stadium, something from the stadium around it. These lights over here are, some of them I think come from the school, and then some may be the church, possibly. But then at 3:47, we see this vehicle. And remember, we just saw a car going that way at 3:45. So I think this could be that car that pulled into the cemetery. This was just after this light lit up. And then, so here's it slow down. You can tell it's a vehicle because you can kind of see the tail lights and headlights. We'll look at the cemetery here in a second. So we have that happen, and then we have two more events. And this is so strange. This isn't, and so now, 3:44. So about 3 to 4 minutes, so now it's almost gone now, that light. So these vehicles shows up while this thing is still going on. It fades out at about 3:48. And then we have 3 more events at 3:49. And I'm going to play the zoomed in one. $3:49, 3:51. We see these events. I don't know. No, because this isn't in the construction. Maybe I'll have to figure out where that mannequin was exactly. Sorry, this is super slowed down. It was, okay, here we go. So 2 separate events. You see a lot of amber and red. This one's a little more white, as if it's the headlights. And this one is almost like we're seeing the vehicle from the back, maybe. It's definitely a vehicle because we can see it leave. And so we see those events happen. And then right here at 3:53. I know it's small. I'll zoom in. We can see the vehicle now exiting the cemetery. Oh, wait. Yeah. I'll zoom in on that. We can see it. Oh, and then... Alright, so 358, right? There it is. Okay, okay. I had to find where I zoomed in on it. So remember, this is approximately the stadium, cemetery. The construction's all in this area here. But if you keep your eye right there, you can see. Now, notice the time, 3:53. Those are definitely headlights. You can even see now we get the amber lights almost as the car is leaving. We're kind of seeing, first the headlights and then the tail lights. 3:53 a.m. on the 26th. And then that was at 3:53. And at 3:59:08, right? Oh 06. There it is. There's now a vehicle going back the other way, going west on Long Hollow. So I do wonder, so that's, car leaving, but really strange activity. Again, this is going to be sent into the authorities. Just, I want to review a little bit more footage just to make sure, it's not a common occurrence, but, oh yeah, and this is from the other camera angle, and you can actually see the car. So this is from the other camera angle, which they kind of overlap just a little bit. And I was able to capture... Oh. You see a car go through this. Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is. You see the lights. Again, this one's so much tougher because we got all these trees. But yeah, this is just from the other camera angle that overlaps each other, looking out the construction site. But everything that's going on is beyond the construction site. And the other thing I just wondered is,
the police went to
now.
I just find it interesting that Katie, the first thing that she did that morning was, and I'm going to read chat here in just a second, is she left and she went this way. And again, she was supposedly seen here turning back around. And this is where all that activity went on. So, could that just be a strange coincidence? Or was there something she picked up? Make sure that nothing was left behind? What was the... I think, in my opinion, there was a purpose for her to go... maybe it was just to be to just show like she was searching for somebody, but I also wonder, just because there was activity here, that maybe there's a connection to it as well. Oh, thank you, C1. Yeah, it was really hard to see. If the people that have been watching this channel know that I saw the one light nearly a week ago, but I didn't notice the car or cars. There could be two of them. It may be the same one. Maybe this isn't a big place. I mean, just real quick here, I'm gonna read chat. So it's kind of got this little entrance and exit right here, as you can see, and entrance like kind of a one way. We did play video, I think of Sheila and Fred, which was amazing. Again, it's not a big cemetery. And as you can see here, and the other interesting thing is you got this back road, could this car come down, were they getting rid of something in here? It's all very strange. Chris, I think the mannequin was across the pond in the forest, across the pond. So we have the one pond here, and then we have another one that eventually was here. Yeah, I don't know if it was up here or over here. Maybe there's someone, I don't know, hindsight might know. I might be able to speak to somebody. Yeah, that is definitely someone leaving the cemetery. That is, without a doubt, that is somebody leaving the cemetery. There's no, no question. I mean, you can see it on. The interesting thing is because remember the other camera can see this part as well, just from a different angle. So, sorry. Yeah, 359, right? This forward, but and it's clear that it's headlights and taillights as it's leaving. Oh, oops. I thought I put a box over this. Oh, I did. Sorry, there's just so much footage. Yeah, right there, 353. Yep. I guess I should have zoomed in more and slowed that down. Check that out a little bit more. But yeah, 353. Yep, there it is. Gosh dang it. Yeah, and so that is just so weird. And then just as weird as the car is whatever the hell this is, right? That is it's not in the construction. I'm like 90% sure it's not in the construction, and it's just this light that kicks on for 3 to 4 minutes and then slowly fades out. So could it be something metallic that a headlight is shining on it for 4 minutes? But the way the weird thing is the way it fades in and fades out. That is just weird. I don't know. I need to figure that out. Why is live chat turn? Chat is on. I don't know if like maybe YouTube's having an issue. I can see everybody's chat. I don't know. I don't know if you'd be able to. Oh, thank you, officer. I appreciate it. No, that wouldn't be a mannequin. That. Hey, Summer's Army. Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Anyway, so yeah, this is gonna be sent over TBI.
One of you promised to.
Yeah. Kind of change.
This is almost a year ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. I'm gonna play this last part. It's just a highlight. And then we'll finish up here.
Potentially not having a sighting to potentially having a sighting. And it kind of changes, like, wait a minute, now we may have something to actually work off of and move forward with and see where this goes. Exercise.
Okay, I just wanted to shout out Star for the Venmo, Christine for the Venmo. God bless you guys, and Alicia as well for the Venmo. That is so sweet. It means the world, and it certainly helps me out. As you guys know, I had a GoFundMe a couple months ago, and that was truly amazing. You guys helped me out so much, and I am now getting back on my feet. Back in April, I was out, and I was doing from April to like July, August. I was pretty much doing like 4 lives a month, and it was bad.
Every avenue till its fullest.
No
it
stone
doesn't matter.
unturned.
Oh, that's weird.
No stone unturned. And Katie, you told me earlier you were determined to get to the bottom of this, to get to the bottom of that video.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that could possibly be something that could lead us to him, we're gonna keep looking.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
We're gonna keep digging and keep finding and confirm if it is or isn't, because, I mean, if it's possible, then it's got to
Right,
be
Shannon.
How hopeful are you that this video truly has something that could lead to finding Sebastian?
I pray that if there is anything even remotely in it that could help us find Sebastian, I pray that it is.
Do you pray? Do you pray? Do you? Really?
I don't know how to word it, but
I've been looking at footage I want to say nonstop. And there's many other people behind the scenes that deserve just as much credit. But yeah, in the name of Sebastian. But I highly doubt I'll ever get a thank you from Crispy or KK for the hundreds of hours of staring at footage in the name of Sebastian. But anyway, yeah, she could care less, exactly. But with that, I got a new battery in my car today. I know that's kind of a weird 180. But I got a car battery. My battery has been dead for 2 weeks, and I just wanted to share a funny story before we go. Let chat come back in, but the battery like completely fully died, and my new battery came in. I ordered it off Amazon yesterday, and I went to install it this morning. I was trying to unlock my door. My car doors, because the battery was so dead, it wouldn't unlock. And so I'm freaking out. I got this new battery. I hauled it out because it was at my apartment. It got delivered. So I haul out this new battery. I'm ready to pop up the trunk or the hood, replace my, put the new battery in. But the battery in the car is so dead that I can't use my key fob to unlock the door. And I'm freaking out. I'm like, I can't change my battery. And I had the biggest brain fart. I call up my buddy and I'm like, dude, I don't know how I'm going to change this battery. I can't unlock my car, because the key fob's not working. And after about a 5-minute talk, he says, did you use the key? And I'm like, what? And it's so funny. I am so used to this new technology, key fobs, electronics. I completely forgot this damn key can unlock the damn door. And I literally sat there for like 5 to 10 minutes, thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to like get somebody to break into it. Seriously, this damn key. Oh my god. When he told me that, we were laughing. So yeah, I had the biggest brain fart. Completely forgot I can unlock the car. So I unlocked the car. I did get the hood open. The battery was a little bit of a pain in the ass because it had a handle that's not like the normal ones that just fold down. It had a different handle. And so I had a interesting time trying to figure out how to put the brace, bracket, whatever you call it, that, locks the battery, so it doesn't move around. So anyway, I did get that figured out. I got a new battery. But yeah, I had the biggest damn brain fart. I felt so stupid. I'm literally thinking I'm going to call AAA to like have them get a Slim Jim to open it. Oh, but that's just like, it's like your cell phone where we used to store all our phone numbers in our head. Now, if you ask me, Billy's phone number, I'd be like, what, so yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, we're all human. We had a good laugh. We had a really good laugh out of it. Oh my god. Crazy. But yeah, I got a new battery. My car's nice. I have to go get it registered tomorrow, so that's awesome. So anyway, sorry to 180, but I thought it'd be fun to end on a little high note. But yeah, keep your fingers crossed. Oh, sorry. Dawn, I'm so sorry. Marissa. I am Rissa Dawn. I think I got that right. Send him much love. Happy Thanksgiving, Mob Crew. Chris, thank you again for all you're doing. She doesn't pray. She tries to use God as a shield, in my opinion. I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Dawn. That is so sweet. Really, really helps me out in this channel. And if you heard what I said earlier, keep your fingers crossed. There could be something that could come my way that may, I really think could be. I want to be careful on the words I say, but it could be fairly groundbreaking, in my opinion. I think it could potentially hold a huge piece of the puzzle. So let's pray, keep our fingers crossed that things come together, and I think they will. I really think they will. Oh, thank you, Sassy. Thank you to everybody. Oh no, I one time locked my keys in the car and I was late to work. Oh no, my dad had to come help me. Oh, your window was down. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, I'm not the only. Oh, well, that's good to know. Who? Oh, who is Carly? That is the neighbor that lives directly behind the stink feet. And look, when you go on Street View, coincidentally, it's the only home. Well, actually, there's one other, but it's the only home that really has this up. And I remember a live where this was not up. So, kind of fishy. And yes, this guy has cameras all over his home. So, you got, again, just getting out the Proudfoot home, he would have been seen on at least 2+ cameras. Again, he would have to be a ghost to get by these. So, and allegedly they were having an affair. We say Carly, we try to have little cute names for them, just for legal purposes. But yeah. But again, huge shout out to Voices of Truth for doing this such amazing thing, and I think this is just a stepping stone, and to show that, because I know the anniversary's coming up after his birthday. It's crazy to think that it's coming around again. But imagine what else we could do on the anniversary, and even do something just as big as this, if not even, get more people involved. And then, because I would not be surprised if maybe we see the Stink Feet do like one anniversary interview at most, and then there will be nothing from them. Because, of course, they want this to go away. They want faith, and they just want to, pretend like nothing happened. Sebastian didn't exist, and start up their new life, right? But that rug's going to get pulled out from them. It's just the time is ticking, right? So. Oh, my phone just blew up. Hopefully it's okay. Oh, Sandra, thank you so much for the PayPal or Venmo. I'm sorry. Oh, thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. Again, I know I keep saying I want to do other cases, because usually this channel we cover all the latest stuff, but I've kind of been pulled into, and I think for a good reason, this case, with close sources, that it's just like the stuff that I've heard, and I'm sure others that are very close to this case know that this case could break wide open any day, just with the right witness, the right data, whatever you want to call it. I think just one thread all just needs to be yanked hard enough. We just got to find that one, and then domino effect. It will happen. It will happen. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, it came from you, Cecily. Thank you, sweetheart. You guys are amazing. God bless you guys. And yeah, if you did, again, the pets, give me like a week or so, because we used to do it where like we'd have like everybody send them in kind of like the beginning of the month, because it's so hard if people are sending them throughout the month, because then it's easy to get pets lost. So we'll try to get a formula going where we kind of, for the new members and stuff, yeah, we'll get something working. So all right, guys, happy Thanksgiving again. Thank you all for just taking the time out of your Thursday and Thanksgiving to spend time with us. And I don't know if I'll be live tomorrow because I got to go register the car, and a couple other things. So I'll probably be back live Saturday. So about the same time. Oh, is that? I know YouTube. Well, yeah, YouTube's its own anomaly. Yeah. All right, guys. Okay. Yeah, I did see some people send some pets in. Just please, like I said, be patient with me, because right now my top priority is this footage, right? So, yeah. Thank you, Hindsight. Thank you, BMW, Trent, Scranton. You guys are amazing. So many people doing such amazing stuff. I wish I could shout everybody out. All right, guys, pet outro coming in. One more time before I play the full pet outro. Ollie and Quincy from Bo. So sorry to hear that story about what happened. That's terrible. All right, guys, we will see you Saturday. God bless. Much love.
From your